Hello, sports world. Welcome to the NBA by Kadir, episode 2, March 6th, 2012. What a night in the NBA last night. 18 teams played, 9 games altogether. First of all, happy birthday to Shaq. 40 years old today. I had no idea, but he's 40 years old today. And LeBron sponsoring pork donuts in China. Never heard of that. But anyways, good morning to everybody, and let's get right back into the games. Golden State beat Washington 120-100. Monte Ellis 25 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. John Wall had a good game, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 14 assists. But they fell short. Orlando beat Toronto 92-88. Dwight Howard 36 points, 13 rebounds. Utah beat Cleveland. Al Jefferson with 25 and 13. Dallas lost to Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook, 24.6 rebounds, 3 assists. Minnesota beat the Clippers 95-94. Kevin Love 39 points, 17 rebounds. Blake Griffin 26 and 12. Milwaukee beat Philadelphia 97-93. Brandon Jetting 33 points, 7 assists. Chicago destroyed Indiana 92-72. Luol Deng 20 points, 6 rebounds. Denver beat Sacramento in overtime. Ty Lawson, another good game, 16 points, 13 assists. And for the nightcap, Portland beat New Orleans 86-74. Marcus Camby, 6 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists. I watched the Chicago versus Indiana game. I'll be honest, that's the only game that I really did watch. And the Bulls had control of the game ever since tip-off. The Bulls were only outscored in one quarter, and that was the second, and that was by 3. In the third quarter, the Bulls went on a 33-13 final ending. They outscored them by almost 30 points. So, Derrick Rose, he might have not had that great of a game. He might have only had 13 points, but he did have 9 assists. The good thing is that Joakim Noah came through again with 17 rebounds. But Luol Deng, another phenomenal game. That's why he was an all-star this season with 20 points. The bench, again, that's why they're called the bench mob. 12 points for Ronnie Brewer, 10 for Gibson, and 13 for John Lucas. 6 for Kyle Korver, 2 of 2 from the three-point line. Brian Scalabrine, he even added 2 points. Omer Sheik, 3 points, and 6 rebounds. The Bulls' offense is in sync, but it's taken a hit now because Richard Hamilton is now out. He only played a minute and 28 some of the game last night. He took 2 shots to the shoulder. I believe one was from Paul George and one was from Danny Granger, or it was both from one of those players. That just shows us that even without our starting 2 guard, all we have to do is put in Ronnie Brewer or John Lucas or Kyle Korver, and they're going to do something with that. That's why the Chicago Bulls have the best bench in the league. But like I said, it's disappointing because we have not seen the Chicago Bulls at full strength. Derrick Rose and Hamilton have only played 10 or 11 combined games, and that's not with health. Like, seeing them on the floor together, we've only seen them 10 or 11 times. And that's been with, Hamilton playing 8 minutes, scoring 2 or 3 points, or 12 minutes. And sometimes it was when Derrick Rose was injured. So Hamilton would be playing with CJ Watson. But either way, it just shows that the Bulls have this talent. They're able to get into these games and just take what they need and leave. The Bulls have now won 7 straight. They had 60 rebounds last night. We've won our last 7. The Bulls are 32-8, number 1 in the East, number 1 record, and they have the MVP, Derrick Rose. Even though it's a tight race between, I think, LeBron James and Kevin Durant this season for the MVP, I think nobody should forget about Derrick Rose because he's still putting up MVP numbers every single night, and he's winning basketball games. So, we're going to take a break, and we're going to focus on some of the other games. This is the NBA with Kadir. We'll be right back. All right. So I'd like to start off the second half of the show by just kind of focusing on one game in specific before we move on to the next topic. And that would be the Clippers versus Timberwolves game. Now, that was a really close game, 94-95. Minnesota takes it. Kevin Love is, if he was playing for Phoenix or Utah or a team like even the Hornets, just a team that has a bigger fan base, I think even if he was playing on one of those lower level teams, he would be in the race for the MVP. In Minnesota, he has no chance. Look at this stat line. 39 points, 17 rebounds, 2 assists. That's insane. But we see him do it all the time, which is just crazy too, because we see him do it all the time. He did it last season. He was putting up 20-20s, 40-40s. But Minnesota and LA pretty much balanced out the scoring. Minnesota took the first quarter, LA took the second, Minnesota took the third, LA took the fourth. But in the end, it was that 1 point difference. 94-95, Minnesota took it. Blake Griffin had another good game. 28 points, 13 rebounds, 12 rebounds, excuse me. I think the Clippers are going to do some major damage in the playoffs. I really think they are. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Kenyon Martin. When they get Billups back, hopefully they'll get Billups back. Caron Butler. They have a really good team. I really like their chances. I don't think they're going to go far, but I think they're going to go into a good 7-game series. I really hope they advance too. But my prediction is that the Thunder are going to come out of the West, Bulls come out of the East. So the power rankings came out, and the Bulls are back on top. The Bulls have reclaimed their spot on top of the power rankings. So we'll go through the power rankings right now. Number 1, Chicago Bulls. They're 32-8 now. The Thunder are number 2. Now, mind you that the Miami Heat are number 3 now. The Bulls were previously number 3. The Thunder, they were number 2. And Miami was number 1. So the only thing that really changed in the top 3 spot is the Bulls Miami placing. It says here, quotation, "It's strange how a guy gets repeatedly criticized for passing the ball to open teammates, but such is the life of LeBron James. At least until he gets a championship, or 5, Kobe Bryant. Meanwhile, Dwayne Wade seemingly gets off scot-free despite bad fouls in Utah on Friday and LA on Sunday, excuse me. Number 4, the Lakers. They were previously number 8. Number 5, the San Antonio Spurs. They were previously number 4. Number 6, the Pacers, previously 11. 7, LA Clippers, previously 5. 8, Orlando, previously 7. 9, Memphis Grizzlies, previously 12. 10, Dallas Mavericks, previously 6. 11, Sixers, previously 9. 12, Houston Rockets, previously 10. 13, Boston Celtics, previously 18. 14, the Jeremy Lin New York Knicks, previously 13. 15, Denver, previously 17. 16, Atlanta, they were 15 before. 17, Timberwolves, they were 16 before. 18 is Portland, they were 14 before. 19 is the Phoenix Suns, they were previously 23. 20, Utah, they were 19 before. 21 and 21, Golden State. 22 and 22, Detroit. 23, previously 20, Cleveland Cavaliers. 24 and 24, Milwaukee. 25, previously 27 for the New Jersey Nets. 26, Toronto, previously 28. 27, Sacramento, previously 25. 28 and 26 for the New Orleans Hornets. 29-29 for Washington. And 30-30, your Charlotte Bobcats. Way to go, Michael. Way to go. If the playoffs were to start today, Chicago would face New York, Miami would face Boston, Orlando would face Atlanta, Philadelphia would play Indiana. In the West, Oklahoma City would play Houston, San Antonio would versus Denver, Dallas would play the Lakers, the Clippers would play Memphis. I think that's how it's really going to come out to be. Very accurate. Very accurate. That's about it for today's show. Tomorrow we'll get into more games. Follow me on Twitter at KittyCatMusic. Check the description box below for everything that you're gonna need. And keep tuned in. We're trying to get this on iTunes soon. We're trying to get a good buzz on it so we can get it on iTunes. And looking for that radio spot too. Good afternoon, guys. Check back with you tomorrow.